With the recent surge in the popularity of electric and electrified vehicles around the world, especially in the domestic Korean market and in the European market, Niro has become Kia's most important product. The compact crossover is leading in sales in key markets such as Germany and the UK since 2020, making Kia the 7th-ranked brand in Europe. Kia Niro, in particular, has single-handedly helped the Korean company to gain 7% of the market share in Europe. Kia has sold 77,498 units of Niro in 2020, up 34.7% from the previous year, ranked as second most popular eco-friendly vehicle in Europe. Out of the all units sold, the EV version, known as Niro E-V or e-Niro, accounted for more than half of this total. The reason for the popularity is its affordability and the honest-to-goodness EV performance. With the price in the low $30,000 range with the federal tax credit, and the real-life range that approaches 300 miles, it's one of the best electric vehicles that money can buy. And it's due to this kind of tremendous popularity that there is now a next-generation model upcoming, despite the fact the platform-sharing Hyundai Ioniq hatchback is being discontinued. With the next all-new Niro fast approaching, we will find out all about the upcoming model, including the design, specifications, expected release date, and price. So, before we go on, we would highly appreciate your support by subscribing and turning on the notification bell if you haven't already. And please don't forget to like, comment, and vote on the question that's presented at the end of the video. The biggest change that you can look forward to in the next generation Niro is the design. Based on the Habanero concept of 2019, first introduced at the New York International Auto Show, it was to showcase Kia's direction for the SUV of the future as a youthful brand. As a concept for the production Niro, it was also to address Niro's perhaps biggest shortcoming, its rather plain and unexciting appearance. Habanero featured a stunning design with butterfly doors, a red-hot interior, and a tough-looking front end and skid plate that's home both on and off-road. And most of the design cues, including the color-contrasting C-pillar that extends down to the wheel well, seem to find their way to the new production Niro, judging by the spy photos and predictive renderings. The crazy butterfly doors unfortunately won't make the production, unfortunately. The provocative augmented reality head-up display navigation from the concept will also make it into production, and the rest of the interior is just as provocative. As the latest 5th-generation Kia Sportage has, the all-new Kia Niro is also to receive the near duplicate of the futuristic and high-tech interior of the EV6, complete with the dual panoramic 12.3-inch LCD screens for driver's cluster and infotainment. It also features the EV6 styled shift-by-wire rotating shift dial, and 2-spoke steering wheel to complete the authentic EV6 ambience. Another big change that you can expect is the performance and the efficiency improvements of the hybrid and the plug-in hybrid versions. The sources indicate that the next generation Niro would host power plant from the bigger Sorento hybrid and plug-in hybrid. This is a significant upgrade as the older Kappa engine used in the current Niro dates back to 2008, first used in cars like the now defunct Hyundai Accent. The newest Sorento uses the latest SmartStream engine that's much more powerful, clean, and efficient. Also used in the latest Sportage, the Kia Sorento hybrid power plant features a turbocharged 1.6-liter inline 4-cylinder engine with a 44.2 kilowatt electric motor, and a 1.49 kilowatt-hour battery pack for a total output of 227 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. The plug-in hybrid version features the same 1.6-liter turbo engine but has a more powerful 66.9 kilowatt electric motor and a larger 13.8 kilowatt-hour battery pack to produce a total of 261 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque that is capable of achieving 35 miles or 56 kilometers of pure electric range, needing 2 hours to charge using the Level 2 charger. In Sorento, these power plants rendered 0 to 60 miles per hour time of mid-8 seconds in both versions, due to plug-in hybrid's heavier weight. In the application of the much lighter Niro, the time is expected to be cut by at least 1 second. With respect to the impending release of the next generation Niro, the biggest question that is raised is whether or not the pure EV version would continue to be available. Unfortunately, Kia is not making it clear what the future is for the zero-emission version of Niro. There might be a couple of reasons for Kia's ambiguity. First, as earlier mentioned, it's due to the planned discontinuation of the Hyundai Ioniq hatchback, which is a sister car to Niro EV. As Ioniq is branched off to being a sub-brand of Hyundai, exclusive to electric cars, there is no plan to produce the next generation model of the current Ioniq hatchback. And without the donor vehicle from Hyundai, there may be little chance that Kia will get its own electric version. Secondly, however, what is coming is a Celto-sized 800 volts eGMP-based dedicated electric crossover called EV4, which will essentially be a smaller and more affordable version of the EV6. Also, the expected arrival time for this sensational compact dedicated electric crossover is nearly the same time as the release date of the new Niro in the second quarter of 2022, which makes it even harder to imagine that two models sharing the same target market would be released at the same time. However, with Kia's mission of putting out more than 11 new electric vehicles by 2026, with the EV6 being just first, it wouldn't be entirely impossible to fathom a more affordable non-eGMP derivative electric vehicle to be released at the same time as the dedicated EV. The current Niro EV still does a marvelous job in delivering the best EV value in the industry, as the top-ranking mass-market product in J.D. Power 2021 EV ownership study, and we wouldn't be surprised if the current electric power plant was carried over with a slight modification. This is because the Niro EV's specifications are truly ahead of their time. The current Niro EV features large for its size, 64 kWh high-density, lithium-ion polymer battery pack combined with its highly efficient motor that produces 201 horsepower and stout 291 pound-feet of torque. To put it in perspective, the 64 kWh battery pack is actually larger than the standard range Kia EV6 that's powered by a 58 kWh battery. Also, Niro EV actually packs more power than the entry-level single-motor EV6 model that only comes with 168 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque, and outpaced the more expensive EV6's 0 to 60 acceleration time of 8.5 seconds by nearly 1.5 seconds at 7 seconds flat. With the new Niro growing in size to near the Sportage dimensions, as it is to share the same platform as the popular SUV, there might be room for both electric vehicles to coexist. The EV4 would be occupying the space where the current Niro EV would be leaving, with the new Niro EV offering the electric alternative to Sportage with a more stylish passenger car flair. There is also a talk of an electric Sportage or e-Sportage, and you can find out more by viewing our feature video by clicking on the link at the top right corner of the screen. Due to the global chip shortage affecting production, the expected release date of the second-generation Niro is now second quarter 2022, moved from early 2022 as originally anticipated. The hybrid will be released first with the plug-in hybrid version to follow within the year. The estimated price should only be slightly higher compared to the current model, with a starting price of about $27,000 for the hybrid version, and $32,000 for the plug-in version. If released, the EV version should start from low $40,000, which would still give you about $5,000 cushion from the lowest priced EV6. As for the end of the video question, of the new possible electric vehicle options in the near future, what would be your choice? The EV6 base model, the Celto-sized EV4, or the new e-Niro and e-Sportage, if they were ever to be produced? Please vote and share your views by clicking on the link in the comments section below. Thanks for watching AutoVision, your best source for the fastest Korean car news and rumors. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe and click on the notification bell. Also, don't forget to join our forum and share your passion for Korean cars at KoreanCarNews.com. See you next time with the latest Korean car news.
I know you're scared of